Well, hello there everyone. Welcome to Andor Season 2. It is finally here, 2 o'clock in the morning UK time, where I am ready and raring to go to watch these first 3 episodes. I'm probably going to get the first episode up relatively early on. It might be a bit later on that I get episodes 2 and 3 uploaded, just because, again, it's 2 a.m. here, I have to work in the morning, so I might only have time to edit and upload the first episode. So if you don't want to miss out on the rest of my reactions to this first arc, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. You can subscribe below. And again, I will be watching these every single week alongside Tales of the Underworld when that comes out. I'll do reviews, and of course there's regular content that does come out on the channel as well, so it's not just the Andor reactions you might want to stick around for, it's other stuff as well. But obviously we've just had Star Wars Celebration. There's been a lot of interesting bits of news that have come out recently, but we're finally here ready for the follow-up, the final season to Andor. Again, only 2 seasons for this show, but it's got 12 episodes. Again, first season was fantastic. I absolutely adored it. I think for a lot of people, it took a bit of time to actually catch on. Again, seeing the titular title of Andor, people were initially disinterested. Who really wants to see the story of, you know, the part lead of Rogue One? And actually it turned out to be some of the best Star Wars that had been produced ever. And the early reviews for Season 2 are glowing, so fingers crossed that, you know, this is going to be the exact same, you know, for Season 2. Tony Gilroy is a fantastic showrunner, and I have faith that we're going to get some absolutely fantastic stories this time around. But it will be sad. Obviously, some people like the method of releasing 3 episodes at a time. I would prefer it to be out, you know, 1 episode per week, so why don't we jump in before Zuko is going to get too, you know, riled up. You can hear him in the background there. So yeah, why don't we jump in and watch the first episode of Andor Season 2. Okay. We are starting off with the TIE Fighter arc, I think, which is very exciting for me. I love the fact that this is an actual TIE Fighter they've taken from the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games. Sinar. Okay, because that's the name of the company who produces a lot of the Imperial ships.
That must sound strange.
No, not at all.
Now everything changes.
You're very brave.
Am
I like how he's become the recruiter now, almost. He's taken on the Luthen role in a bit of a way.
Hey, there you are.
You're coming home to yourself. You've become more than your fear.
He's such a motivational speaker now. I think being in the Narkina 5 prison has really given him a boost in motivational talks.
I need a 12-minute head start.
Is that enough?
I believe it's called the TIE Avenger. But whether they're keeping that name, I don't quite know. Oh, that's such a cool... It's like a probe droid mixed in with an astromech. Was. It's dead now. So it must come outfit with shields, a hyperdrive, life support, and miniguns. Because why not? Oh, wrong way. Did you just swear? Oh man, I love this. He does not know what he's doing. And they're all just like, yeah. Lock on and fire. Oh my goodness, he's got a rocket. It's the snowtroopers from Solo. Go up, Cassian, go up. And they are the TIE Advanced Inquisitor TIE Fighters. That's pretty cool. I was never a huge fan of the design, but it's pretty cool to see them in live action. There'll be a lot of people going, well, why don't we see more of those types of ships within the Empire? It's like, there is an entire story in Rebels dedicated to the TIE Defender story and how it got scrapped for the Death Star.
I've tried.
What's all this?
More parking problems.
The governor's ego apparently won't fit into our lot.
I love how even the most mundane of problems in real life translate into Star Wars. It's like the delegation from China have taken up 2 parking slots in the United Nations parking lot.
We're having lunch on the terrace. You'll see for yourself.
Mon, I was hoping for a chance to speak.
God, I think Chandrilla might just become my new favourite Star Wars planet.
But I know you left word. I saw your message. It's just
Like, the location,
quite the
the fashion.
Is there something urgent?
It's all very elegant.
No.
No spoiling. Away with it.
What's going on here?
You'll ruin my surprise. You told them nothing, I hope.
I only just arrived.
He must have brought some gifts for the wedding,
Secrets.
I assume.
You'll see about that.
You'll see.
432. Mina Rao. So this is where Brasso and that are. In the outer rib. So some people were suspecting that it could have been Lothal, which obviously it wasn't. I said it was Space Iowa.
What a lovely surprise. Will was just telling me how thirsty he is.
He is indeed thirsty. I'm guessing, is he going to be dropping off at Saw Gerrera's location? Because Saw would be the one to make the most use out of it, I would imagine. I like how it's like, yeah, he's gotten mostly used to it. But he's still a little rough.
Will be brought to the Emperor's personal attention.
Like he has an in with the Emperor. He's still desperate for his attention.
If you've heard that sound before, you've been to the Great Valleys of Gorman. But it's a sure thing, no matter where
shit.
you are in the galaxy, you've had your eye
It
on
might
something
actually be
named
about the Gorman Massacre.
Elegance and durability, sounding the wake-up call for the creatures who've made this planet the success it is today. Time to rise.
I love the,
start
like,
living the Gorman Spider.
1930s
Yet, for
style,
some fancier word, don't they always?
you know,
They call them
infomercial.
Gorlectopods. Whatever
They
you
are
call them,
awful
there's
spiders.
No denying their dedicated work habits.
I met with the Emperor yesterday.
Oh.
He suggested, I remind you, that the energy initiative...
So he does have an in with the
remains the
Emperor.
centerpiece of his agenda. Access to stable, unlimited power will transform
Unlimited power, of
the
course.
and solidify Imperial
Palpatine.
authority. And it turns out that delivery is dependent on some version of Gorman calcite to coat the reactor lenses. Now,
Oh, so he is talking about the Death Star.
to find any alternatives, and you've been selected to help plan for that possibility.
So because of her experience with Ferrix, she's been selected.
My lights on, but there is no power. I don't understand.
They will not go quietly.
Which is exactly why you're here.
To put out the fire before it starts.
She's not saying that. I don't hear you saying that.
It's an interesting reason for the Gorman Massacre.
Why would he do that? If he
I think
doesn't,
before it was just political unrest when it was in Legends.
We lost 6 ships, 40 fighters.
My brother was the only
Your
one
brother
that
ran
could fight.
away.
How do you know Maya?
She was a customer. We've been supplying you along the way. Are you
They're another rebel
all
cell.
part of the same rebellion?
Your friend was hostile.
D. Shambo, Nisus Osar will be our partners from the Ministry of Enlightenment, gentlemen.
Ministry of Enlightenment. Wow. It's really gone all North Korea here, hasn't it?
Some of what you're thinking about Gormans at this very moment exists because we put it there.
Hasn't there always been
They
something
are really the Ministry of Propaganda.
Wika has to learn how to fly this plane. She's not.
So who's really in charge here?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't press the buttons, he said.
The drilling equipment's being assembled now and warehoused for transport when needed.
See, I love this. Give me hour-long meetings on Imperial logistics. I'm all for it.
We can be up and running in a matter of weeks.
He's swooping in.
You're awfully quiet, aren't you?
I like to know what I'm talking about.
You're here.
She didn't get demoted, though, clearly.
I don't get to Coruscant much these days, but I do keep my ear to the ground. You think you're hard to read? You need to get over that. Now, you have a plan already. You had it before they finished speaking.
Again, I like that they're making him competent.
Propaganda will only get you so far.
He was a little cartoonish in Rogue One.
You can count on.
And where are you stationed? I've been training on Steer Guard, but we're all being transferred now. Really?
Steer God, that's ironic. He'll be interested in that.
And it's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I know you said you got my message. I was hoping we could discuss the Foundation.
The money movements. Which is what this is all about.
Not like that, no.
Oh, Mon. There you are.
Oh, look at that hairdo.
He won't hold my hand. I keep trying and he keeps pushing me away.
Oh, what's a childish thing? But, you know, they are children still, technically. I like how the day-night cycle is following in time on all planets. Just keeps the theme of the episode on point. It's gonna be a monster attack here, isn't there?
That might take a while.
He's gonna use this as a chance to escape. Oh, fuck. Well, didn't take long for... Oh, his hands are cuffed. Oh, gunshot right into the camera. What a way to end. Well, we're definitely back. I'm really starting to wonder now if everything that we've been pondering about what the arcs could be. So obviously the Gorman massacre, the wedding, the stealing of the TIE Avenger, as three of the main kind of arcs, and then whatever was happening on the planet that Brasso and Bix were on. That was like, for me, that was the theory of like, that's what those 4 different arcs are going to be over the space of the 4 years that we're going to see progress here. But we've gotten bits of all of them. So it could well be that this first arc is those 4. And that what we've seen in the trailer is only from these first 3 episodes. The wedding is clearly getting ready to hype up. Obviously, Cassian's already stole the TIE Avenger. They're talking about Gorman. That one could be for a bit later down the line, maybe. But again, we also have the Imperials on the planet where Bix and Brasso are. But again, a really good opening episode. And I like how they just started off straight away, no questions asked, steal the TIE Fighter, TIE Avenger. And, you know, Cassian had that brilliant moment with the... I mean, I don't know what she is. Is she a technician? An engineer? Where, you know, he's got that kind of great ability to self-motivate, you know, that we saw in the Narkina 5 arc. And that's why he's become such a vital part, because he can recruit people, you know. And I think there's a line in Rogue One, actually, in one of the trailers that might have been taken out, that, you know, he'd been recruiting for the rebellion for a long time. And it's nice to see that aspect of it here. You know, he's obviously found a way in with this engineer. Latched onto a weakness in her loyalty to the Empire and convinced her to help him. And obviously everyone went to hell there. I loved the fact that, you know, it's just straight away, he just doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, it's part of the chaos of being a spy, being a rebel, being a thief. You know, sometimes things don't go to plan. But it shows you how talented he is, because then normal people, normal pilots, just had no idea how to even start the thing up. And he still managed to escape. And again, it was nice to see some experimental TIE Advanceds from Rebels make their live-action debut. Not my favourite design of ship. I thought they worked in Rebels because they looked a little bit cartoonish. But we get a brief glimpse of them here. And, you know, some more Rebels tie-ins. I'm wondering whether the facility that Krennic is currently at, where they're having their top secret meeting, is the same one that we saw in Bad Batch. So I know it's not quite a Rebels tie-in. I'm trying to remember what it might have been. It was recent, and then there was a break-in, and something happened. I'm just trying to remember if that might have been the same place. But it's great to start to see more of this world. And, you know, that meeting with Krennic was great for me. That's, you know, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone wants those kind of really long dialogue-based, you know, sort of shots about, you know, organising, you know, removing people and, you know, the politics of everything. But I love those things. I love seeing the inner workings, seeing how different people interact, what different people's roles are, and how it helps the Empire to, you know, keep its grip on the galaxy. It's a really, really intriguing scene to me. And, you know, Krennic is being depicted here as far more competent and able than he was in Rogue One. I think in Rogue One he was a bit cartoonish villain. Didn't seemingly have a way in with the Emperor. But here, whether he's telling the truth or not, I'm not 100% certain. But clearly, he does have a way in with the Emperor. He does have a bit more insight than people maybe give him credit for. He was on to Dedra straight away. Clearly very, very organised. And has moved up the ranks. So it's nice just to see him actually being able to do his job, even if that is kind of horrifying, because his job is to consider, you know, completely removing people to destroy their planet for the resources, which again is the essence of the Empire. The wedding, Chandrilla, I think, has very quickly jumped up there with one of my favourite planets. Just the aesthetic of it, you know, the fashion of the Chandrillan people are absolutely fabulous. And you can see, again, they've missed no beats in carrying over the guilt for Mon Mothma, the tension for the undercover element of her mission. It's just great to see all that come together in one place. And, you know, it's clear that Leader is realising that this isn't the dream wedding she was always going to get. Mon Mothma's still feeling, you know, very guilty about the fact that her daughter couldn't have her dream partner. And is going to be forced into an unhappy marriage. And everyone is there. You know, Luthen is there. Ty is there. Or Tay, I think his name is Tay. You know, so it's a melting pot for chaos. And then again, the stuff on the Iowa planet, I forget the name of it already, but where, you know, Bix and Brasso are. The tension is on there. And I know that Cassian ends up on that planet from the trailer. We see the TIE Avenger on that planet. So we know he gets away, makes it there, and probably helps them escape, you know, the Imperials that are coming. But that is the first episode. I thought it was very, very good. A great way to set it up. And it's left me wondering now, are there stories that have not been shown in the trailer that are yet to come? I'm very interested. So, as I say, I'm going to go and watch episodes 2 and 3, but they might not be up until a little bit later on today. So stick around, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you for the next one.